Okay, so it's time for me today to kind of eat crow and admit when I was wrong and admit that I gave wrong information. And I seemed very confident that this was true and not fake, not a hoax, about Epic Games being hacked and people's emails, passwords, and all that information being stolen and being up for sale on the dark web as we speak. Well, these alleged hackers in question actually came out and made a public statement saying that, yeah, we actually lied the whole time. We never actually hacked any information from Epic Games, so no credit cards, no passwords, no emails, none of that. They just want to get money out of Epic Games. I love the quote saying, "We don't think of ourselves as hackers, but rather as criminal geniuses, if you can call us that." Certainly can't, because you guys didn't succeed in actually accomplishing anything, and you actually confessed that you lied. So, what was the whole point of this whole thing? I don't really understand. I mentioned in the video in question that I don't see, even if it was a legitimate hack, that Epic Games would pay them regardless, because it's like you pay them the ransomware, you're just encouraging more ransomware attacks in the future from other people because they know that you're going to pay them, so they're going to be extra motivated to actually do the ransomware attack. So that's why you've never heard of a story of a company actually paying these hackers, because it just doesn't benefit them in the long run. But if this was legit, if this actually happened, it would have been catastrophic for Epic Games and the Epic Game Store. They've been trying so hard to compete with Steam and actually do something in the PC market that it's not going anywhere. I think in the next few years, Epic Games is done. Well, not the company, but the Epic Games Store, because it's not making money. It hasn't made money in the 6 years since it's been opened, and it doesn't look like they're gaining any momentum. They're actually losing it. Of course, people are going to log in and claim the free game every week, but as far as actually engaging with the Epic Game Store and buying games on there, nobody does. I can guarantee you most of their revenue comes from V-Bucks, and that's pretty much it. They're an awful company with an awful service, but you gotta admit when you fuck up and you pretty much, I'm not going to say defame them, because I was just reacting to news that turned out to be fake news, but still was something that had the potential to be true. So pretty much a rumor and gossip, which is something I typically don't cover on my channel. And I think my biggest flaw wasn't that I covered it and wasn't that I talked about it, but it was more of the way I asserted myself and the way that I kind of had my own spin on that story. Pretty much like, oh yeah, like feeling like so confident that it was true and there was no chance that it could have been a hoax or could have been fake, even though I knew in the back of my mind that it was very possible that it was fake and not true. But I certainly didn't expect just days later for them to just like say straight up, yeah, we lied. Like, I've never heard of that before. You would have thought they would have tried to stretch it out for a bit longer. And I doubt that Epic Games like actually contacted them and said, hey, can you guys just give us proof that you hacked us so that we can open up our bank account and pay you whatever you want us to pay you? They weren't going to pay the money regardless, so in that respect, it doesn't really matter. And I absolutely wouldn't say that part of me was hoping that this was true, because I would have implicated myself in that as well. I would have been a victim of this potential hack, because my username, my password, my credit card, because yes, I will admit, in the past, I have bought games on Epic Store, so it's certainly nothing that I was hoping would happen. It was more of like a what the fuck is going on here moment, and it turned out not to be true. So, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for spreading false information, misinformation, but if there's a silver lining here, maybe it can encourage people in the future to be more careful about their passwords, about their emails, about their sensitive information, and just take it a little bit less for granted that your information is secure and that it always will be secure, because at some point, one day in the future, a big company that you do business with is going to have something like that happen. You just gotta be mindful of that and just be more cautious. There could never be any harm in that, right? It could help you in the long run. So Yeah, no, didn't happen to Epic Games though. Epic Game Store is safe. Your information is safe, but I still wouldn't do business with them personally because they just have nothing to offer to the market. Steam kicks Epic Games ass in every way imaginable. Epic just signs these exclusivity contracts to try to get people interested, but it's a garbage service that has no actual utility to it. It's not as if competition from Epic Games is driving down costs and is making prices more competitive because Steam has sales all the fucking time. No one wants a competitor to Steam because Steam is perfect, and I just can't envision the Epic Game Store lasting much longer. Maybe 2 or 3 years tops.